U.S. government's like, something's going on with Antarctica. There's some activity up there. We want to find out what's going on.
For centuries, Antarctica has captured our imaginations. From the historic first explorers of the 1800s to the bold scientists of today, we continue to be captivated by the wonders held within Antarctica's icy plains. As the world's last unexplored wilderness, Antarctica is shrouded in mystery, and as a land of extremes, it's also great at keeping its secrets. The harsh conditions, freezing temperatures, and barren landscapes make Antarctica inhospitable to humans. The frozen continent is about 1.5 times the size of the United States, and 99% is covered in ice, making up 90% of all the ice on Earth. Despite this, humans have forged on, discovering blood-red waterfalls, ancient fossils, peculiar natural phenomena, and incredible creatures. They've even managed to discover a world beneath the ice, from salty underground lakes to a huge mountain range hidden below. But besides scientists, UFO hunters, and conspiracy theorists, there is another very special group of people who are also particularly interested in this continent. They are billionaires. But why's that? Why are billionaires flocking to this frozen wasteland? Could there be a bigger mystery hiding beneath the ice? Join us as we dig deep into the hidden secrets of Antarctica. Antarctica is an ancient land that has undergone some incredible transformations over millions of years. Before it became a frozen desert after the Ice Age, Antarctica was actually a warm region with rainforests and possibly even civilizations. That's why many people believe that Antarctica holds many secrets beneath its vast ice sheets. In addition, note that Antarctica is a gold field for meteorites. Although meteorites can fall all over the Earth, they are easier to find in Antarctica as the cold, dry conditions preserve the rocky fragments. The dark meteorites are also easier to spot on the stark white surface of the ice, and they are almost always extraterrestrial rocks, as few rocks form naturally on the ice sheets of Antarctica. The East Antarctic is particularly ripe for meteorite findings, as the massive ice sheet has stayed still long enough to have its top layers evaporated by sunlight and strong winds. This reveals the older ice and huge concentrations of meteorites. There have been more than 20,000 extraterrestrial meteorite samples collected since 1976. In 2013, a team of Japanese and Belgian scientists discovered the largest meteorite found in East Antarctica in 25 years. The extraterrestrial rock weighed an incredible 18 kilograms. The team searched for meteorites for 40 days, finding 425 meteorites with a collective weight of 75 kilograms. The discoveries included a piece of the asteroid Vesta and a meteorite from Mars. Antarctica is a breeding ground for mystery, and it's had its fair share of conspiracy theories over the years. From elongated skulls and strange pyramids to alien spaceships, bizarre structures, and a giant staircase, many people believe that Antarctica once housed extraterrestrial life, or still does. Every year, there are dozens of reported UFO sightings, while Google Earth has captured some unusual activity said to be the work of aliens. It's a hotspot for alien hunters, so keep your eyes peeled for any bizarre green lights in the sky. The mystery of Antarctica continues deep below its surface, where no one has gone before. It is said that the lost city of Atlantis is hidden beneath the kilometers of ice. The city would have thrived when Antarctica was a warm, tropical region and would have been buried after the Ice Age froze the continent. It's highly possible that a civilization existed in Antarctica, but it's yet to be proven that the continent is the site of the fabled lost city. It's also theorized that the Nazis used underground Antarctica as a secret hideaway, and some people believe that Hitler fled there after the war. Hitler did have a passion for the occult, and he was searching for something in Antarctica. The Nazi Germans built a station in Antarctica. However, it was abandoned 70 years ago, after the crew were poisoned by polar bear meat. Although the theory has been disproven, it doesn't stop the speculation on what lies beneath Antarctica's mysterious surface. The Great White Continent is the most baffling and unexplained corner on Earth. And despite the dedicated efforts of scientists around the world, we may never know all of its secrets. That's also why Antarctic always captures the imagination of people from all walks of life. But while governments, scientists, and conspiracy theorists alike grappled with the realization that ancient extraterrestrial beings had visited Earth and left behind a technological legacy, raised profound questions about humanity's place in the cosmos, billionaires focus on another aspect. What technology do aliens really have? If they are 1,000 or even 1,000,000 years in advance of any earthly technology, it would be like magic. So, if we find out, can we use it? Well, many can say it's a wishful thinking, but in some sense, it's really worth waiting. NASA and other agencies know a lot more than they are telling and have covered up extraterrestrial and secret space program technologies for decades. First off, we have testimony from former NASA contractors like Donna Hare, who claimed NASA had been airbrushing out UFOs in photos they released to the public. These photos could have been enlightening to us all and helped us better understand the phenomenon. Carl Wolf, a military analyst, likewise claimed NASA and other organizations were covering up evidence of structures on the moon. NASA personnel were in the room as they were investigating the evidence for man-made or otherworldly structures on the moon. Now, could both these witnesses be lying? Possibly, but let's get to our next witnesses that will provide further evidence damning NASA. The former intelligence official David Grush, who led analysis of unexplained anomalous phenomena, or UAP, within a U.S. Department of Defense agency, has alleged that the U.S. has craft of non-human origin. Information on these vehicles is being illegally withheld from Congress. Grush said when he turned over classified information about the vehicles to Congress, he suffered retaliation from government officials. He left the government in April after a 14-year career in U.S. intelligence. Jonathan Gray, a current U.S. intelligence official at the National Air and Space Intelligence Center, confirmed the existence of exotic materials, adding that, "We are not alone." The disclosures come after a swell of credible sightings and reports have revived attention in alien ships and potentially visits in recent years. Shift back the attention to Antarctica. A whistleblower who claims to be a former U.S. Navy first-class petty officer flight engineer serving in a squadron called Antarctic Development Squadron 6 has revealed that the U.S. government is hitting something terrifying in the Great White Continent. According to his revelation, an unique issue with South Pole Station is that our aircraft was not allowed to fly over a certain area designated 8 kilometers from the station. The reason stated because of an air sampling camp in that area. This did not make any sense to any of us on the crew, because on 2 different occasions we had to fly over this area. It was on the opposite side of the continent, and we had to refuel at South Pole, and a direct course to this Davis camp was right over the air sampling station. The only thing we saw going over this camp was a very large hole going into the ice. You could fly one of our LC-130s into this thing. Talk among the flight crews was that there is a UFO base at South Pole, and some of the crew heard talk from some of the scientists working with and interacting with the scientists at that air sampling camp, large ice hole. All of this makes many believe that the government is hiding any evidence of a secret alien base and UFOs in Antarctica. If so, it's almost certain that they're researching alien technology there too. And that's exactly what billionaires aim for. High technology brings money. But alien technology goes beyond what we can imagine. Let's cover a few exotic technologies extraterrestrial civilizations possess and also consider their implications. 1. Anti-gravity. Anti-gravity research is well known as the holy grail of aerospace propulsion. At its core, anti-gravity technology proposes the manipulation or negation of gravitational forces, allowing objects to float or move without the need for propulsion systems such as rockets or jets. The implications of such a technology are vast, ranging from revolutionizing transportation to enabling exploration beyond Earth's atmosphere. One theoretical approach to anti-gravity involves the use of exotic matter or energy with negative mass. In theory, negative mass would repel regular matter rather than attract it, effectively counteracting gravitational forces. However, the existence of such exotic matter remains purely hypothetical and has yet to be observed or synthesized in any experimental setting. Another avenue of exploration for anti-gravity technology involves the manipulation of space-time itself. Concepts like warp drives and wormholes, popularized by theoretical physics and science fiction alike, envision bending or warping space-time to create shortcuts through the fabric of the universe. While these ideas are rooted in mathematical models, such as Einstein's theory of general relativity, the practical feasibility of manipulating space-time for anti-gravity purposes remains uncertain. But as told, alien technologies are 1,000 or even 1,000,000 years in advance of any earthly technology, so let's think out of the box. One possible mechanism for alien anti-gravity technology could involve the manipulation of gravitons, hypothetical particles thought to mediate the force of gravity. By harnessing these elusive particles, the aliens are able to create localized gravitational fields that oppose the pull of planetary bodies, effectively allowing them to levitate and maneuver through space with ease. Another possibility is the exploitation of exotic forms of matter or energy beyond our current understanding. Perhaps the aliens have discovered a way to harness the energy of vacuum fluctuations or tap into the hidden dimensions of space-time, where the rules of gravity are fundamentally altered. Whatever the underlying principles may be, the practical applications of anti-gravity technology for these alien beings are truly staggering. With the ability to nullify the effects of gravity, alien can construct towering structures that seemingly defy the laws of physics. Floating cities suspended in mid-air or colossal space stations orbiting effortlessly around their homeworlds. In terms of transportation, the possibilities are equally revolutionary. Gone are the limitations imposed by terrain or gravitational forces. Instead, vehicles equipped with anti-gravity technology glide effortlessly through the atmosphere or navigate through the depths of space with unmatched speed and agility. But perhaps most intriguing of all is the potential impact of anti-gravity technology on the exploration of the cosmos. With the ability to defy gravity, the aliens can traverse vast distances in space-time with relative ease, opening up the possibility of interstellar travel on a scale unimaginable to us mere mortals. 2. Nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is a blanket term for any form of machinery that's too small to see with the naked eye. Referred to regularly as nanobots, nanites, or nanomachines, these tiny things seem to be capable of anything. In real life, nanotech branches into most fields of scientific studies, from molecular biology to semiconductor device physics. Robots already function as a good way of answering questions of logic in sci-fi stories, but reducing them beyond the human eye makes them even more effective. It's reminiscent of the old thought experiment that suggests anything could be possible, with the specification that it's too small for any microscope to see. Across the history of science fiction, there is almost nothing that couldn't be explained by the modern marvel of tiny tech. In the Star Trek franchise, how do the Borg assimilate their prey into the collective and fundamentally change their bodies into those iconic cyborgs? They inject nanoprobes into the bloodstream. How does the T-1000 from Terminator 2, Judgment Day, change its appearance to mimic anyone it sees? Its mimetic polyalloy contains nanites that capture data and reform its shape to the desired aesthetic layout. How do Iron Man, Black Panther, and Spider-Man immediately change into their costume when danger strikes without carrying them around all the time? Nanites. T'Challa's are in his necklace, Tony's are in the arc reactor in his chest, Peter's are in a small launch pad that fires from Avengers headquarters. There are countless other examples of this trope being used to answer simple questions like these. In fact, each of the works mentioned features other examples of nanotechnology throughout their countless entries. In short, nanotechnology holds immense promise for revolutionizing various industries and addressing pressing societal challenges. With its ability to manipulate matter at the nanoscale, nanotechnology offers unprecedented opportunities for innovation and advancement across diverse fields, shaping the future of technology and scientific discovery. As a worth note, in medicine, nanotechnology offers revolutionary possibilities for drug delivery, diagnostics, and therapies. Nanoscale carriers, such as liposomes and nanoparticles, can transport drugs to specific target sites in the body, improving their efficacy while minimizing side effects. Nanosensors enable the detection of biomolecules associated with diseases at early stages, facilitating timely interventions. Moreover, nanomaterials can be engineered to interact with biological systems in precise ways, opening new avenues for regenerative medicine and tissue engineering. 3. Time travel. Time travel technology has long been a staple of science fiction, capturing the imagination of people worldwide. However, the concept of time travel has also intrigued scientists and theorists, leading to discussions about its feasibility and potential implications. One of the most discussed theoretical frameworks for time travel is based on Einstein's theory of general relativity. According to this theory, massive objects can warp the fabric of space-time, creating what we perceive as gravity. Some theorists suggest that by manipulating this curvature, it might be possible to create closed time-like curves, which are paths through space-time that loop back on themselves. Traveling along such a curve could theoretically allow one to travel back in time. Another concept involves the use of wormholes, hypothetical tunnels through space-time that connect two separate points. While wormholes have not been observed, they are allowed by the equations of general relativity. By traversing a wormhole that connects two different points in time, one could potentially travel to the past or future. In recent years, quantum mechanics has also entered the discussion on time travel. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics, such as the many worlds interpretation, suggest that every possible outcome of a quantum event occurs in a separate branch of reality. Proponents of this idea propose that by manipulating quantum states, one might be able to access these alternate realities and effectively travel to different points in time. However, the challenges and paradoxes associated with time travel are significant. The grandfather paradox, for instance, questions what would happen if someone were to travel back in time and prevent their own grandfather from meeting their grandmother, thereby preventing their own existence. Such paradoxes highlight the potential inconsistencies and logical problems that arise when considering the possibility of time travel. Additionally, the energy requirements for constructing and maintaining the necessary technology for time travel are immense. The amount of energy needed to create and stabilize a wormhole or manipulate space-time curvature would likely exceed anything currently within humanity's technological capabilities. But it could be possible with advanced civilizations. These beings might have a deeper understanding of the fundamental nature of the universe, allowing them to harness phenomena like wormholes or manipulate space-time more effectively than humans. Their motives for time travel could vary widely, ranging from scientific exploration to altering the course of history for their own purposes. 4. Genetic modification technology. Genetic modification technology holds immense potential for revolutionizing various aspects of human life, including extending lifespans and enhancing physical and cognitive abilities. Through genetic engineering, scientists can manipulate the DNA of organisms, including humans, to introduce specific traits or modify existing ones. One of the most intriguing applications of genetic modification is in extending lifespans. By targeting genes associated with aging and age-related diseases, researchers aim to increase longevity and improve the quality of life in later years. For example, by enhancing the repair mechanisms within cells or reducing the accumulation of harmful molecules, such as free radicals, scientists believe they can delay the onset of age-related ailments like Alzheimer's disease, cardiovascular issues, and certain types of cancer. Moreover, genetic modification can also be used to enhance physical attributes, ranging from strength and endurance to overall health and resilience. By identifying and altering genes responsible for muscle development, metabolism, and immune system function, it may be possible to create individuals with enhanced physical capabilities and resistance to diseases. In addition to physical enhancements, genetic modification holds promise for augmenting cognitive abilities. By targeting genes associated with memory formation, learning, and cognitive processing, researchers envision a future where individuals can have sharper mental acuity, improved focus, and enhanced problem-solving skills. Such advancements could have profound implications for fields like education, professional performance, and even creative endeavors. 5. Psychotronics. Basically, psychotronics is a technology that can manipulate and mess with the mind. The brain as an electrical device is influenced by other electromagnetic fields. Extraterrestrial civilizations engage in psychic warfare and often exist at a psychic level rather than physical in some cases. The targeted individual phenomenon believes they are targeted by psychotronic weapons. Some think they're all crazy. Such a phenomenon is already possible with modern technology, including Havana syndrome. If there are those within government, industry, and secret societies that do have this technology, we believe they got it from extraterrestrial sources. Psychotronics can induce emotions like fear, they can induce visual imagery, and can direct voices into the head. Classical symptoms of psychotic disorders may be due to an external technology. Some humans have natural telepathic and precognitive abilities. Decades of research confirm this. However, technology has been used to amplify this. Thoughts can be transmitted using voice to skull, as it's termed, which allows direct thought transmission using electromagnetic waves to stimulate neuronal activity in verbal and other parts of the brain. Some of this technology can even be used to hypnotize or control a human being. Whether you think it's real or not, the technology is close to realization, and we should be careful of the terrible effects this technology can bring. In short, these are just a few examples of the kind of technology that advanced aliens could potentially possess. However, it's important to remember that all of these ideas are purely speculative and based on our current understanding of science and technology. Without concrete evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations, we can only imagine what their technology might be like, top of form. Furthermore, most recently, the Pentagon's UFO office has once again stressed that it has found no evidence of alien technology in the skies, in space, or crashed in the American desert. The All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO, was created to help the U.S. government study and resolve reports of UAP, a new term that includes UFOs not only in the sky, but also in space as well as underwater, or even those that appear to travel between these domains. On Friday, the office released its long-awaited report on the historical record of U.S. government involvement with Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Volume 1. The report is sure to cause controversy among the UAP disclosure movement that argues the U.S. government does, in fact, know a lot more about alleged alien presence than it publicly admits. The report's executive summary notes that AARO found no evidence that any U.S. government investigation, academic-sponsored research, or official review panel has confirmed that any sighting of a UAP represented extraterrestrial technology. The report's executive summary notes. While the report notes, importantly, that many UAP reports remain unsolved or unidentified, it adds that AARO believes this is mainly due to a lack of data. If more or better quality information were available, many of these sightings could be identified as ordinary objects or phenomena. AARO's report states, The vast majority of reports almost certainly are the result of misidentification and a direct consequence of the lack of domain awareness. There is a direct correlation between the amount and quality of available information on a case with the ability to conclusively resolve it, Aro writes. NASA's UAP study team reached similar conclusions in its first public report, which was published in September 2023. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said at the time, the NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin, but we don't know what these UAP are. Aro's report goes on to state that, despite widely publicized claims made in a July 2023 congressional hearing that included testimony from former U.S. military and intelligence community personnel, the office found no evidence suggesting the U.S. government is in possession of crashed or reverse-engineered alien technology, nor that any hidden UAP reverse engineering programs actually exist, either in the U.S. government or in private industry. Sean Kirkpatrick, the former head of Aro, published an op-ed in Scientific American on Thursday, arguing that while it is important for the U.S. government to study UFOs, it needs to do so from a scientific perspective and without resorting to conspiracy theories. Kirkpatrick wrote in the op-ed that many outside observers nonetheless have criticized AARO as supposedly part of a continuing government cover-up of the existence of aliens, Kirkpatrick wrote in the op-ed. Interestingly, they have not provided any verifiable evidence of this, nor are some of the more outspoken willing to engage with the office to discuss their positions or offer up the data and evidence they claim to possess. Instead, Kirkpatrick wrote, these critics have relied on second-hand reporting without rigor in their critical thinking. The former ARO chief conceded that the report's conclusions are sure to be criticized by those who believe the Pentagon and private aerospace companies possess crashed alien technology that they are hiding from the public, but notes that his former office has given every opportunity for witnesses and whistleblowers to come forward with any evidence they might have. However, according to some accounts, many U.S. government or military personnel who refuse to share their eyewitness testimony with Aro. As Christopher Mellon, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence in the Clinton and Bush administrations, said, this report is not going to satisfy critics in part because there are many witnesses who did not trust Aro and would not speak with them. However, what I find most concerning is the false conflation in some news coverage of the assertion there is no recovered alien technology, with the notion that we don't have evidence of craft doing things beyond our present understanding of science and technology. In fact, hundreds of credible military reports remain unexplained and are continuing to pour in. Mellon added that the public needs to understand why it is imperative to continue to aggressively investigating UAP for both national security and science, regardless of the accuracy of this report. Aro's new report goes on to list U.S. military and space programs that could have accounted for some UAP sightings. At least some portion of these misidentifications almost certainly were a result of the surge in new technologies that observers would have understandably reported as UFOs. Some of the examples include Project Mogul, a high-altitude balloon program designed to spy on Soviet nuclear tests that reportedly was responsible for a balloon crash outside of Roswell, New Mexico. That incident led to the widely known story of a crashed flying saucer that persists to this day. Another example is the Gambit project, which launched photographic spy satellites into orbit that jettisoned film canisters in re-entry vehicles that were then recovered by U.S. Air Force aircraft as they descended by parachute. Many of the USAF's formerly classified aircraft are also sighted, including the U-2 spy plane, the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber, and the SR-71 Blackbird. In addition, ARO is working with government laboratories and academia to develop a highly portable sensor kit known as the Gremlin system that can capture data across multiple spectra. According to Tim Phillips, the acting head of ARO, the Gremlin system has already proven capable of detecting a wide range of phenomena, including in space. It's picking up a lot of bats and birds. We're learning a lot about solar flaring. The Gremlin system sensors could be used to surveil sensitive sites for airspace intrusions, or even keep an eye on U.S. satellites in orbit. AARO plans to present the Gremlin system to Pentagon leaders so that the sensor kits could be deployed in the event of UAP encounters at militarily significant locations or near U.S. critical infrastructure. In short, the AARO report points out that UAP sightings and beliefs that UFOs represent alien technology have tended to spike at times of growing concern about national security and technological surprise, such as during the Cold War. The report found that, at least some UFO sightings since the 1940s were present, never before seen experimental and operational space, rocket, and air systems, including stealth technologies and the proliferation of drone platforms. It could be that such a phenomenon is also occurring today, as revolutionary new spaceflight and aerospace technologies are being developed and tested at a rapid pace. The report concludes, it is understandable how observers unfamiliar with these programs could mistake sightings of these new technologies as something extraordinary, even otherworldly. That's all the information that we have for you today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you never miss out on future episodes. And be sure to also tell us what you think about today's content. Everyone's support motivates us to continue delivering quality content and to always improve. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.